Alrighty. Welcome to your program versus Amazon Associates. Thank you to Rick and Affiliate Management Expo for hosting. Before I jump in, a word about FMTC, my company, in which I am the CEO. We are a long-standing, since 2007, deal and now product fee provider in the affiliate marketplace. We connect networks, merchants, and enterprise publishers to deals and also products. So if you are in the affiliate ecosystem, you should check us out because there's probably one way or another for us to work together. So this presentation is going to cover the overall opportunity of affiliate and internet marketing, the challenge vis-a-vis Amazon, the vulnerabilities that Amazon has, and how you might be able to take advantage of those. Because this is a virtual presentation, I'm going to go quickly over the slides and allow you to pause where you like. First, the opportunity is clearly growing. So affiliate is growing. These are some slides from CJ. You can see everything is up double and triple digits, except for travel and entertainment, not surprising in the age of COVID. For PartnerRise, they've had 31% average year-over-year growth for last year. Impact has also seen double and even triple digit increase. Their numbers seem to be a little bit different, where I think the conversions are not in absolute terms, but in terms of relative to last year as a percentage. But they did pretty well, especially at the end of the year and the holiday season. And finally, overall, e-commerce sales are up. Overall, total retail sales are up. That's a little bit of a surprise to a lot of people because COVID was such a hard year, but e-commerce grew 101%. So it carried everything, plus a little bit for brick and mortar retail, which shrank slightly. Moreover, conventional wisdom holds that e-commerce is going to continue to grow, that this is the new normal, and we're not going to see the same growth soon, hopefully there's not another pandemic, but that it is only going to grow from here on out. These are the projections from eMarketer. And one other thing that gets overlooked a lot is that, for my 2 cents, the taboo of affiliate marketing is fading. Now, I don't mean that from the retailer side, because for a very long time, the vast majority of online retailers and other advertisers have had affiliate programs. What I mean is, I think the taboo is fading on the publisher side. For some years, we've seen a lot of content sites and sort of review sites get into the game. And I just a couple of weeks ago had a conversation with a publisher that has a meaningful site that's in the B2B and high net worth space. And he said that he's looking to get into the affiliate game where they've traditionally sold sponsorship packages. I think that in a few years, anybody who's in charge of site monetization will be expected to have an affiliate strategy. If they're not actually taking affiliate links, then they'll at least have to have had it considered. And this is an article I came across very recently. It gives a pretty decent explanation of affiliate, and it's very pro doing affiliates. So I think this is more and more the prevailing attitude. And it seems like there's a lot, because there already is. Affiliate is very well established at this point, but we should not forget that there's a whole lot more out there in terms of content sites that are monetizing, frankly, with not the best advertising right now, because all of the banner stuff really junks up the site. And I think, frankly, a lot of these sites can make more money with targeted and considered affiliate programs. So affiliate, a great place to be, a growing channel. Now, note that the Amazon Associates program is in parentheses because the major challenge that we're dealing here is with Amazon. This is an old movie still of Goliath. Note that there is no David in this picture because I don't think anybody is about to take out Amazon. This is its revenue history going back to 2007. It goes up and up and up. Amazon is one of the most trusted brands in the United States. And Amazon has what I believe is probably the most successful coupon in the history of the world. And that may sound a little bit strange because Prime is largely considered a membership program. I looked this up in the Oxford English Dictionary. Coupon comes from an old French word, which means to sort of sliver or take off a portion. And a coupon, does a few things. With regards to price, it discounts the price, of course. It's also used in terms of financial instruments like bonds, where there's a sort of a fractional payment being made. And it's also used in terms of rationing, something that's remembered in the United Kingdom back from World War II. I would suggest that Amazon Prime still functions emotionally as a coupon. It's something that not everyone has, and it is something that gets you something extra. Sometimes a discounted price, for example, Whole Foods, Amazon Prime members get a lower price, or preferred shipping and other goodies like video on demand, et cetera. So the short of the long here is that it is an extra incentive for consumers to use Amazon. And there are, from what I understand, over 100 million households that use Amazon Prime in the United States alone. So if you are an online merchant and somebody's abandoning your shopping cart, I think there's probably a good chance that they found the same product on Amazon, that they can get it faster for no more shipping costs, et cetera. Along these same lines, Amazon has excellent shipping logistics. I found this little gem of a chart from eMarketer that by the estimates of this study, Amazon ships about twice as fast as other merchant competitors, which often is a significant point of differentiation for the consumer. That, of course, is going to include improved conversion rates. So with this very, very simple chart, we can see that if you look down here on site B, say Amazon is paying out a 4% commission rate versus site A, which is paying out an 8% conversion rate, it works out to the same revenue for the publisher receiving the commission, because site B converts twice as well. Now, it probably is even grimmer than that from the perspective of site A, because site B, being very well known, might be more likely to draw more traffic in to begin with, and it might well see a higher average order size. It depends on circumstances, but these are some sobering considerations to keep in mind. Now, the size of the Amazon Associates program is not so easy to determine. I actually talked with somebody who works for a company that indexes this stuff, and they said that Amazon is so big it can clog things up. I went to BuiltWith. They say that there are over 270,000 live websites against well over 1 million that used to have the Amazon Associates program. Did these sites fall out of the index? Did they go defunct? Did they get kicked out of Amazon? I don't know, but BuiltWith says that Amazon has the most popular affiliate program in the United States and in the entire internet, which comports with other data that I've seen elsewhere, and certainly with conventional wisdom. Take this 271,000 plus and contrast it with CJ, which of course is a whole network, close to 90,000, and these others. Now note that some of these are old domains, because even though Xanax got bought by Awin a long time ago when it was affiliate window, and Linkshare, of course, by Rakuten, these old links are still up, and they're part of the networks. So a massive, massive program. And I did not see data for the eBay Partner Network when I looked this up. Now, what does this mean when you combine the better conversion rates with the draw of Amazon and other factors? Well, it means that all roads sometimes seem to lead back to Amazon. So I keep backyard chickens and occasionally look for backyard chicken stuff. This is a very typical random blog that I just pulled up. They don't all have affiliate links, but this one does. And sure enough, the hardware cloth link goes to Amazon. An interesting product, considering hardware cloth is heavy and it might otherwise be the kind of thing you buy from a local home goods store. This site, buyersguide.org, is a big player in our space. All these links go to Amazon. And even beyond that, not only do all roads lead into Amazon, but Amazon attempts to block a road out of Amazon with some very forward-thinking marketing. Sometime in the last couple of years, they initiated this program they call the On-Site Associates Program. It's by invite only. And if you search for something like here, Best Pizza Oven, this comes up among the search results. So this is actually a third-party affiliate that provides their content to Amazon with the idea that the consumer then does not leave Amazon searching for, making sure they're buying the best pizza oven or something. They have a little bit of a disclaimer, which I think just changed. I would actually guess within the last couple of weeks, where it previously said On-Site Associates Program, and it now apparently says earns commissions. The commission terms are not clear. It's a separate agreement, again, by invite only. I think it's something like reportedly half of what you would regularly get, no halo commissions. But you also don't have to pay for the traffic. And I find it very, very compelling that Amazon did this. It's a sure sign that they remain very intent on their affiliate program, very intent on their consumers converting. So You can pause here if you'd like to see a recap of the challenges. This is in terms of how formidable Amazon is as a competitor in the marketplace and as a competitor with their associates or affiliate program. Now, onto some vulnerabilities. First, we should note that Amazon is massive. They are an absolute behemoth, but they're not quite as big as everyone always thinks. So for example, they often get cited as being 1 in 2 e-commerce dollars that get spent. According to this data from Digital Commerce 360, last year, it was more like 1 in 3. And they have slowed as a percentage of the driving growth in e-marketing. So people are shopping elsewhere, big merchants, small merchants. That indicates there's a window of opportunity for other merchants to go in and a window of opportunity for other publishers to make money from these other merchants. Their commission rate has been dropping over time. This is a chart from Genius Link, which has a very active, regularly updated blog on the history of the Amazon program commissions going back to 2010 or before. Note that from close to 10%, it's now, I think, around 4%. At the same time, the number of categories has dramatically increased, making the program just far, far more complex. Here's a taste of it. And here is an actual copy of a link. My wife actually has a merchant that sells an info product, and she would send Amazon links out on the side. She got removed from the program last year. Not clear why. They said some reasons. The reasons are a little bit vague. So you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket if you're an Amazon publisher. This, of course, really undermines trust. It creates a lot of frustration. I will leave you to read this whole quote by yourself, but I found this on a public blog. I don't know who this gentleman is, if he was a big affiliate, but he must have been very angry in order to post this, I imagine. And there's a lot of similar sentiment out there along these lines. People who are not able to or do not want to do business with Amazon as a publisher, or otherwise just afraid of the company. They also don't play nice with cashback in comparison. Cashback Monitor is a great site to go to get a feel for what the rates are. It seems like there are some sites that have some cashback going on, not Rakuten. You'll note that there's no cashback available here. And really not Mr. Rebates because it's only for a couple Amazon devices. Top Cashback seems to have a little bit more, but it's pretty much the same thing with Amazon Prime as well. Shop at home, you get the picture. One of the vulnerabilities to call out on this page is there's no sub ID by default. So if you want to do advanced tracking, you have to request that. And overall, there's little collaboration, if any, with Amazon, the kind of that you might get with another merchant. So what are some strategies and tools that you can employ as the merchant? First, improve your payment terms. Now, this does not just mean paying out a higher rate. As noted in the slide above, it can be hard to pay out a rate that's competitive with the conversion. So you have to look at the multiple factors with your business. But you can pay more. You can even pay a bonus. So for example, a large publisher that I talked to said, hey, if you're a seller on Amazon, you might be paying out 15%. What is it worth it to you to sell direct, be able to reach that consumer directly? As a new consumer, maybe it's 20%. Maybe you should do a significant bump up in your commission rate, including a supplementary bounty. A lot of merchants are just not forward thinking in this direction. They're trying to sort of hold on as much as they can, and that might work against them in the long run. And along these lines, you want to have clear terms, make it clear what exclusions you have. Preferably you have no exclusions. So if you're a large brick and mortar retailer, you'll pay for curbside, you'll pay across categories, etc. You want to have favorable tracking return days. Amazon only has a 24-hour cookie, although there is an exception where I think the customer can leave an item in their cart for up to 3 months. And usually the customer will return within 24 hours. So if you have a 30-day return window, which is much more traditional, that would be much more appealing to a publisher who knows that you appreciate that. You want to also lock payments. There's a very large merchant that locks payments 2 months after the month ends. And they have very poor payouts. Another smaller merchant could come along and I think pace those guys selling the same brands and really help to drive traffic over. And more on that in a moment. You want to also fund your payments. This seems obvious, but a lot of merchants, sometimes large ones, don't fund the bank account, which means the network is not going to be able to pay out the commissions to the affiliates. The affiliate might turn around and find that they have an arrears account that's in the 4, 5, 6 figures. To support this, Awin, and they're not unique in this, but they just launched this. I think it's very forward-looking. Something called Awin Gold. So they address pretty much all the things I just said: accelerated payments, improved tracking, because there's a lot of tracking the merchants can do, and the exact configuration can be important. What they call fair commission structure, and transparent deduplication. So sometimes merchants will be overly aggressive with deduplication. For example, if you're paying for traffic from Facebook and Google, you might dedupe against affiliate. That might not actually be fair depending on the circumstances, because you can't go back and not pay that money to Google or to Facebook, but you can reverse the commission to the affiliate. If the affiliate's aware of that, they might not want to be sending you traffic. Most are going to average out an EPC or something like that at the end of the day, but don't take this affiliate traffic for granted, especially if you're not if you're trying to break more in the marketplace. You want to be friendly. I thought a wave was more appropriate than a handshake during COVID time. FMTC, I hate to say, often does not get responses from merchants. Typically, we're emailing a merchant because they have a deal code that doesn't work. And we say, hey, you have this in the affiliate network. This is bad data. What do you want us to do? And we get back crickets, which I think is quite atrocious, because it's somebody's job to respond to questions like this. So if you're an affiliate and you reach out to a merchant and the merchant doesn't get back to you, you're probably not going to want to deal with that merchant. You're probably not going to get, and if you're the merchant, you're probably not going to get as much traffic as you could be from that affiliate. Data is not terribly sexy, but it's very important. Amazon has excellent data by reputation in their APIs. FMDC's workflow basically is cleaning up data. You don't have to worry about the details here, but one thing that you see on the left is basically the same product with very minor changes. Becomes 3 products because of these minor changes. This really clutters up the pipes and can really ugly up an affiliate's website too if they're showing product listing. This is the kind of thing FMDC cleans up, but the higher quality your data is, the better it's going to be, the more likely you are to get traffic from it. And then these other 2 examples, you had some data in the wrong fields, like there's a direct link to the product instead of an image link in one, and a bunch of other messy data in the other. For some reason, affiliate data feeds are often poor quality. If you're the merchant, you want to be sending out the highest quality stuff that you can, because you don't know what affiliates will be able to do with it. Some of them are quite sophisticated, but even if you're quite sophisticated, it can be real difficulty to clean that up. Something else that you can do on the publisher side, and of course, this is something merchants should be aware of. Genius Link has a really neat product called Choice Pages. So they'll send the same link for example, for these Bose headphones to Amazon, Best Buy, or Walmart. And they have some really solid case studies where their affiliates will earn double or even triple digits more. And their theory is that, including through Amazon, so sort of like the On-Site Associates program, maybe the buyer feels like they've done their due diligence and they're just more comfortable making the purchase right away if they're going to buy anyway from Amazon, or they might not. Not everybody likes Amazon, so they can buy from a couple other vendors who, of course, might have a lower price or something else going on. There is something called conquesting. This is worth talking about for 1 second. The idea is that if you're the affiliate, you're really displaying everything in terms of where a consumer might go. Here, Rakuten is displaying an alternative to Home Depot. Merchants reportedly do not like this, but Home Depot is not going to get much of a say because they, for a couple of years now, have had no relationship with Rakuten. Remember the same slide earlier with Amazon. So I don't know anything about the business decision from Home Depot's side, but I can say that it's not hurting any of these other guys because they have a chance to get some of this traffic now. So I think in the future, what you're going to see is publishers, especially reward publishers who have a very clear level of communication with their users, are going to make more suggestions, because you have the alternative merchants, but you also have the exact same product that people search for sometimes, and not to be forgotten, a brand. And FMDC has been indexing brands. We have over 1,000 of these guys now. We can pluck them out of the data feed and say, hey, this merchant sells these brands, and you can search by brand for that as well. Speaking of FMDC capabilities, we have a product that matches ASINs by hand because the machine matching does not quite get there. Luckily, we're very good at doing large scale work by hand. And so you got to go through and say, hey, this is an exact match. Hey, this one's out of stock. And then there are some variations, like it's the wrong color, it's an old model, etc. And this is what you see then when you land on the merchant page. Exact match, again, overstock is often out of stock. And if you're the publisher, you can do a better service to your consumers, your visitors, by giving them more options. So a recap of the strategies and tactics. I think there's a lot of opportunity for other merchants. And if you're a publisher, there's good opportunities for diversifying your income as well. Thank you for your time and attention during this presentation. You're welcome to reach me at brooke@fmdc.co. And I hope you have a great day.